September is soon coming to a close. With that comes the month of October. Today we will be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of October. If you're not into reselling, that is okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may potentially go on sale because hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we will be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or they may even sit on shelves resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, such as the recent shock drops we have been seeing and exclusive access drops. Kicking it off for today, we'll be starting with a couple releases that do not have precise dates just yet, but will be dropping in October, specifically starting with Yeezys, since there are quite a few of them. First, the Yeezy Foam Runner Vermillion will be releasing sometime this month for only $80 as usual for Yeezy Foam Runners. This time, this pair will be coming in all red. Now, from this alone, we could certainly expect demand to be greater on these in comparison to the majority of other very similar earthy tone colorways. Regardless though, you can expect this pair to be very profitable with an incredible margin, full throttle without a doubt on these. Next up, the Yeezy 700 Wash Orange will be dropping sometime in October for $240. I'm not expecting much more demand on these in comparison to the recent blue Yeezy 700, for example. Stock will most likely be around the same, and there's nothing that stands out too much in comparison to those when it comes to this colorway. Hence, I'd expect a very similar performance, which allows for easy small profit in all sizes with a decent margin still, and a good margin in all sizes 10 and up, the bigger the better. So definitely an easy money opportunity. But moving on from those, we also have the Yeezy 350 MX Oat dropping sometime in October for $220. Although demand looks very high right now, I'm still not expecting anything too notable for these. I'd expect at least lunch money on all sizes with a decent margin, so still an easy money opportunity nonetheless, just nothing like we're seeing right now. I'm also expecting larger sizes to outperform the smaller sizes, similar with the 700s. On the majority of these newly produced Yeezys, we have been seeing that larger sizes generally taking the role of the highest resale, whereas it used to be vice versa. I will keep you guys updated though, of course. And much less exciting, we have the Yeezy 380 Cool Gray dropping for $230 sometime in October as well. Regardless of this colorway, 380s unfortunately do not carry sufficient demand in general for profitability, so definitely a personal only when it comes to these. You might even be able to get these for under retail in the secondary market. Now, there are some additional releases without dates that we'll discuss at the end of the video, but in the meantime, now moving on to releases with confirmed dates. On October 1st, Sneakers Europe will be having their delayed release for the Jordan 11 IE Bread. These are unfortunately a personal only. They have completely bricked essentially. Also on the 1st, we have the Jordan 13 Grade School Houndstooth dropping for $140. To no surprise, I'm not expecting these to be profitable either. If you want a pair for your kids perhaps, or a personal for yourself, I do expect them to sell out though, so don't sleep if you do want a personal pair, of course. Moving on, we have the Jordan 5 Shattered Backboard releasing in the US after their initial delay, since they were supposed to originally be dropping in September. Now they're dropping on October 2nd for $190. Unfortunately, when it comes to these, the demand is just not there. Although I do expect that these will sell out, I am not expecting these to be profitable unless you have some local buyers for larger sizes and have no tax in your state, and even then only expect a couple dollars profit. Otherwise, just don't sleep if you do want a personal pair, because I do still expect these to sell out, just not really ideal for reselling. More exciting on October 2nd though at some retailers, but for the rest of retailers delayed towards the middle of October, we have the Jordan 4 Red Thunder releasing finally. The demand on these is looking absolutely incredible, and the retail is only $190, leaving more than sufficient room for profit with a good margin. Of course, expect prices to drop considerably, but regardless, I do have full confidence that these will maintain profitability. Definitely a great release to look forward to. But now, prior to moving on to the rest of the October releases, I do have two exciting announcements for you guys who have been patiently waiting. First of all, after an extremely successful month on both sneakers and retail, along with the addition of new modules being Target, fully automated automated restock mode for foot sites, and much more coming soon, Gargantua AIO will be having a monthly key restock on Tuesday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time via the Gargantua_AIO Twitter. The price is only $49.99 for 1 month. Keys cannot be renewed. However, users who do tweet their success can enter into a competition in order to earn renewal keys. Make sure you are following the Twitter if you are interested, of course. But now, regarding the second announcement, Endurance will finally be restocking on October 4th, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST. The link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Endurance is a group to help you fully exploit the secondary market, but what makes Endurance so different though? To start off, Endurance offers numerous softwares completely free for all members to help them exploit drops. All members have access to a location spoofer to help them exploit sneakers stashes, sneakers passes, frenzy drops, etc. All members have access to an autofill tool with auto checkout and auto add to cart to destroy drops and restocks even if they don't have a bot. All members have access to a custom queue bot to help them efficiently pass waiting rooms on sites like Adidas, Finish Line, Mesh, Snipes, and even has a cookie feature for efficiently passing queue on Yeezy Supply. And for any botters, we also offer free software to help you guys out as well. For example, this could turn a one-click Gmail, profile converter, account gen, and much more, and even cheap in-house residential proxies available 24/7 for the most reliable providers. But that's not the end of it. We love innovation, and we're always developing new things to separate us from others. Then, of course, we have amazing relationships with a number of elite commercial bots for group buys that members actually want. My personal favorite, though, above all, Nike sneakers early info for shock drops, scratches, AR hunts, sneaker stashes on hyped releases, you name it. Out of all the cookouts recently, I'd have to say that my favorite would be the ICA Sneaker Stash Cookout. Members were prepared weeks in advance and trained with our free custom-coded spoofer, and when the time came, we were all ready with the exact early info as always when it comes to any shock drop at all, and the success really does speak for itself. So again, the Endurance restock will be on October 4th, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST. The link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Mark your calendars and set your alarm. And of course, don't forget about that Gargantua_AIO restock on Twitter, which will be Tuesday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But now, moving on to October 3rd, for $100, the Dunk Low Pale Coral will be releasing in Europe, with the US release being slightly delayed to later in October. Unfortunately, demand is not super high right now, but regardless, I still am expecting lunch money on these with a decent margin in the larger sizes specifically, and still lunch money in smaller sizes with a poor margin. Jumping to October 7th for $190, the Jordan 5 Bluebird will be releasing. Now, normally 5s don't perform very well, especially as of recently, but this colorway in particular certainly has already garnered a notable amount of demand, most likely considering it is somewhat close to a UNC colorway. Although I'm of course expecting a notable drop in price, I still am expecting room for lunch money with a decent margin in large sizes, 10 and up specifically. Nothing crazy, but these do present another potential easy small profit opportunity. Also on October 7th for $170, Clot Kiss of Death 2, this time in a gray and green colorway. Now, similar to the other pairs, I'm unfortunately not expecting very good profit on these. That other pair did unfortunately brick, and I'm expecting a very similar fate for these, considering the lack of demand on the colorway as a whole. Then on October 8th, the Dunk High Championship Navy will have their delayed US release for $110. Similar to when I discussed these last month, I'm still expecting these to be profitable in all sizes for at least lunch money with a decent margin, with larger sizes being the best. Now, also on the 8th, we have the SB Dunk High Gundam 2.0 Banshee dropping for $110. Similar to the other Gundam that we have already discussed in the past, you can expect this pair to be very profitable with an incredible margin. Full throttle on these without a doubt. And lastly, for the 8th, we also have the SB Dunk Low Diamonds Anniversary dropping for $100 in men and $90 in grade school sizes. These will likely just be a skate shop release for this particular date, but Nike sneakers should be dropping these on a later date, that of which of course I'll keep you guys updated for. But regardless, you can expect these to be very profitable with a great margin when they do drop. Moving on to the 12th for $110, the regular SB Dunk Gundam will be dropping after their initial delay. These were originally supposed to be dropping in September, but similar to what I mentioned for them last month, expect these to still be profitable with a great margin, full throttle for sure on both of these Gundam colorways. Then on October 15th for $100, the delayed Dunk Low Championship Gray, also known as the Georgetowns, will be dropping. Although some stores do have them listed as the 30th, so we may see a couple of retailers drop on that later date, but sneakers, as well as a couple of other retailers, are set for the 15th as of right now. Either way, they'll be dropping this month and will be profitable with a very good margin in all sizes, with larger sizes being the best. Then on October 16th for $210, the Jordan 14 Winterized will be dropping. Unfortunately, when it comes to these, I'm not expecting anything good at all. In fact, if you do want a personal pair for these, I do believe there is a very good chance you might be able to catch these for under retail in the secondary market, or perhaps even on sale if you wait enough time. Then on October 22nd for $185, the Jordan 36 Psychic Energy will be dropping. Unfortunately, I'm also not expecting anything good for these. Similar to the 14s we just discussed, you may be able to find these for below retail if you do want a personal pair. Now, we're going to jump to October 30th for now, but we do have many more drops to discuss after this that are occurring somewhere towards the middle to later in the month. I just don't have precise dates for them as of now. But anyway, on the 30th, the Jordan 3 Pine Green will be releasing. These already appear to have pretty notable demand, primarily due to the fact that they're essentially the poor man's version of the Oregon Jordan 3s, many people's grails of course. Due to this, I'm expecting these to be at least lunch money with a subpar margin, primarily in larger sizes. Nothing crazy, but potential for another easy money opportunity. Now moving on to some releases that should be towards the middle to late October, but do not have exact dates at the moment. First, the Halloween Air Force One will be making their return for $130. This year, we have them in purple. I do feel that this purple will have slightly higher demand than the orange pair did, but nothing too significant. So overall, I'd still expect lunch money on these with a subpar margin, with larger sizes being the best. More exciting than those though, we have the Halloween SB Dunk also dropping this month for $100. And apparently these are also similar to the Air Force One, supposed to have that glow in the dark bottom, which of course will only add to the demand. You can expect these to be very profitable with a great margin, full throttle for sure. Moving on, we also have the SB Dunk Low Mummy releasing for $100 this month. Again, similar Halloween type themed SB Dunk Low. Similarly, you can also expect these to be very profitable with a great margin. Also later this month for $100, we have the Dunk Low Brooklyn Nets dropping for $100. You can also expect these to be profitable with at least a good margin, with larger sizes being the best. And lastly for today, we should also be seeing the Dongkai Halloween drop later this month for $110. I'm expecting the lows to do better than these certainly, but regardless, I'm still expecting these to be profitable with at least a good margin, with larger sizes being the best. So again, another great opportunity. But anyway, that's about it for today. I am still expecting many more drops to pop up throughout the month, as they always do, and of course, I will be keeping you updated. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. Remember that the limited endurance restock will take place on October 4th, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST. The link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Also, don't forget to follow Gargantua's Twitter for the restock on Tuesday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two, and of course, subscribe to stay 100% updated on all these hyped releases and more. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for you, so you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was discussing today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.